Donald Trump is known for spouting off a few nicknames here and there. Whether he's dissing his political opponents or other world leaders, he's proven that he enjoys using in schoolyard taunts to get his point across. And as a result, his most vocal critics have hit back. Countless nicknames have been used to describe Trump, especially since he became president. Some are funny, some are clever, and some are downright profane. But all of them are unforgettable. Here are the most hilarious nicknames for Trump so far, including one that gets right to the heart of one of his biggest insecurities. 15. Cheeto Jesus. A lot has been said about Trump's skin, more specifically, how his love of tanning beds often gives him an orange glow. And that's given rise to tons of jokes and more than a few nicknames. One of the best, by far, is Cheeto Jesus, bestowed upon Trump by Rick Wilson during the 2016 presidential campaign season. Ironically, the hilarious nickname came as a reaction to a much more serious incident. Wilson went on a Twitter rant following the mass shooting at Orlando nightclub Pulse. He tweeted, "This weekend, people were lined up hundreds deep to give blood to the victims of Orlando." Here Cheeto Jesus was praising himself. 14. Angry Creamsicle. Another Trump trait that's known around the world is his temper. That's what makes Stephen Colbert's 2016 nickname for then-candidate Trump so funny. In a Late Show bit featuring former The Daily Show host Jon Stewart, Colbert called Trump an angry creamsicle. Given his tendency toward lashing out and his infamous orange issue, it fit perfectly and had his audience in stitches. 13. Captain Chaos. If you're a Cannonball Run fan, you already know the name Captain Chaos. But even if you missed the context, NBC News' nickname for Trump is still pretty funny. In a January 2016 article from Mark Murray, Chuck Todd, and Carrie Dan, the news network borrowed Jeb Bush's nickname for Trump, the Chaos Candidate, and took it one step further. The NBC News journalists called then-candidate Trump Captain Chaos. But they offered a sound explanation for why they gave him the nickname. If you want to know why this 2016 presidential campaign has been so crazy, bizarre, and unpredictable, they wrote, you can thank one person for that, Donald Trump. 12. Cadet Bone Spurs. In December 2017, Trump lashed out at Senator Kirsten Gillibrand after she said he should resign due to his numerous sexual harassment allegations. One of Gillibrand's colleagues, Senator Tammy Duckworth, wasn't having it, though. She tweeted, "Word of advice for Mr. Trump, publicly disparaging women doesn't make you look stronger, it only reveals your weakness as a leader." She followed up her criticism with a slang nickname of her own. Duckworth, a military veteran, knocked Trump for his deferred military service. She tweeted, "Then again, perhaps we shouldn't be surprised when Cadet Bone Spurs, who has a documented history of grabbing women, fails to treat women professionally or appropriately." 11. Orange Julius. In June 2017, New York's Public Theater staged a modern adaptation of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. And the company made it very clear who they pictured the infamously corrupt leader to be, Trump. Backlash ensued, and sponsors pulled out of the production, despite some agreeing with the comparison. And as cultural critics began to unpack what the whole incident meant for free speech and art, the Nation incidentally came up with a clever new nickname for the president, Orange Julius. 10. Rome burning in man form. Last week tonight's John Oliver has never been shy about his dislike for Trump. And in 2016, he focused a lot of his quick-witted criticisms at the candidate and eventual president-elect. Oliver's takedowns of Trump often focused on heavily researched analyses of his inconsistent positions and shady business dealings. But he also found time to throw in a few softball insults. In June 2016, Oliver called Trump Rome burning in man form. Given his scorched earth approach to campaigning, few could argue the nickname wasn't fitting. 9. Screaming Carrot Demon. Oliver's fellow Daily Show alum Samantha Bee hasn't been particularly quiet about her dislike for Trump either. She's called him dozens of names over the past couple of years. There's even a supercut video of all her greatest Trump hits. One of Bee's most hilarious nicknames for Trump so far is Screaming Carrot Demon. That's because even though you wouldn't think to call him that yourself, when you hear it, it makes perfect sense. 8. World's Greatest Troll. In 2015, Trump's candidacy for president was still in its beginning stages. But even then, Nate Silver had some choice words for the real estate mogul. In an article on 538, he called Trump the world's greatest troll. And, better yet, he used data to prove that the candidate had sowed discord in the political process and the Republican Party. So, it wasn't just a nickname. It was a well-researched nickname at that. 7. Godzilla with less foreign policy experience. When you think of Godzilla, you probably picture an oversized reptile destroying whole cities with his indiscriminate stomping and fire-breathing fury. If you ask Colbert, Trump and the notorious Japanese movie monster are more similar than they seem. In February 2016, he acknowledged that Trump's quest for political glory seemed unstoppable. And to make it abundantly clear to the Late Show viewers, he gave them an easy metaphor. He's like Godzilla, he told them, with less foreign policy experience. 6. Tangerine Tornado. Saturday Night Live has made satirizing Trump's rise to power an art. But one of its best Trump moments came, not from Alec Baldwin's impersonation, but from a legendary alum. In May 2016, Dana Carvey returned to SNL and brought back a fan-favorite character, the Church Lady. During the skit, she interviewed some of the biggest names in politics, including Taran Killam's Ted Cruz and Darrell Hammond's Trump. And though the Church Lady herself seemed keen on Trump, she did let one killer nickname slip when she called him the Tangerine Tornado. 5. Creep Throat. In October 2016, we all found out that Trump likes to grab women, and where, specifically, he likes to grab them. It was one of the most scandalous and disturbing moments of Trump's presidential campaign. And his critics were merciless. Late-night host Seth Meyers came up with an especially scathing rebuke of Trump's behavior towards women. And in the process, he coined a fantastic new nickname, Creep Throat. If only Meyers had known that the nickname would take on even greater meaning after Trump was elected and embroiled in scandal. 4. Trumplethan Skin. Everyone knows that, while Trump enjoys lambasting his foes, he doesn't take criticism that well. He's earned a reputation for being thin-skinned, if you will. So, the nickname Trumplethan Skin isn't just giggle-worthy. It's also a pretty clever criticism of his tendency to take himself seriously. 3. Tiny Hand Sir. Trump has made his myriad obsessions and insecurities very obvious. One of the strangest is his insistence that his hands are not small. The president's preoccupation with his hand size has been the butt of some pretty amazing jokes. And it's also spawned a whole subset of hand-centered nicknames. Our favorite once again comes from Colbert, who put his new nickname for Trump into song. In a September 2017 monologue, Colbert riffed on Trump's Kim Jong-un's obsession and subsequent Rocket Man nickname. He said that UN had an upcoming Elton John tribute album, which would feature songs like Saturday Night's All Right for Golfin'. And he took a jab at the president with his parody of a John classic, Hold Me Closer Tiny Hand Sir. 2. Drumpf. Last week tonight's Oliver devoted an entire 2016 episode to systematically dismantling Trump's case for why he should be president. The segment went viral, thanks in large part to his revelation that Trump isn't actually the president family's original last name. Oliver revealed that many years ago, the family went by the name of Drumpf. It doesn't exactly have a great ring to it, but Oliver's fans ate it up anyway. So, to commemorate Trump's family history, Oliver created a website. It featured accessories for fans to buy, emblazoned with Oliver's play on Trump's infamous campaign slogan, Make Donald Drumpf Again. 1. F-Face Von Clownstick. Jon Stewart's disdain for Trump precedes his presidential campaign by years. In 2013, after Trump lashed out at Stewart on Twitter, The Daily Show host hit back. He tweeted back, "Many people don't know this, but Donald Trump's real name is F-Face Von Clownstick. I wish you would embrace the Von Clownstick heritage." Trump, never one to let a Twitter war die, kept up his criticisms of Stewart. He even acknowledged the TV host's popular nickname, tweeting, "Amazing how the haters and losers keep tweeting the name F-Face Von Clownstick like they are so original and like no one else is doing it." This was, of course, before the concept of the self-own really took off. But even so, it's clear to see that by acknowledging Stewart's nickname, he helped make it even more popular.